Hey everyone, this is Leah Mangum, and we're here for Take It From the Top Cast Chat Ep.1. So hopefully everyone was able to watch the first episode. We have our cast here. I'm so excited to have everyone here live. We have Jill Whelan.
Hello.
Carolyn Hennessy. We have James Manoux and Harrison Whelan. So we're so happy to have everyone. Let's just start out and ask some fun questions. I think the first question that everyone really wants to know is, what are you doing right now? I know that we all have downtime. So what's going on at your house? Jill, do you want to start?
Sure. We have developed a great penchant for baking bread. So that's happening. We had, what was your favorite? Did you like the pretzel bread or?
Yeah, absolutely, the pretzel bread. It was perfect. It goes great with the beer and everything.
And we watched yesterday. We watched Rear Window because my kids had not seen it.
Trapped in a car, great idea. No, not at all. And Harrison, you might know, is Jill's son in real life. So not only on the show, but in real life, they're mother and son.
Yes.
JP, we'd love to hear what you're up to.
Well, my wife and I are currently living in a converted garage in my backyard because we were already planning to do it so far. I mean, a lot of people we know are suffering from cabin fever right now, but we are that, multiplied or exponentially affecting us because it's even smaller space than most people are living in right now. So it's a single room that I turned into a little studio apartment many years ago. A bunch of Airbnb people have enjoyed it over the years, but this is going to be home for us for the next 9 to 12 months. And that's, if you hear jackhammering outside, it's because construction is still considered essential work. So that's still going on.
Any hobbies? Any puzzles, shows? What are you watching?
You mentioned Rear Window. Like, we've been enjoying discovering old movies that either neither of us have seen or one of us has seen and said, oh my God, you've never seen. And so, we've been together, for 12, 13 years. There are still things we can share that we haven't yet. So yeah, right now we're in a Paul Newman phase. We watched The Sting and Cool Hand Luke, and we're going to watch Butch and Sundance next.
Very cool. Susan says hi. So everyone say hi to Susan. She's live chatting with us right now. Carolyn, please, what have you been up to? You look fabulous.
What have I been up to? I'm a homebody anyway, so this is just heaven. I have reinstalled my computer operating system. I've sent off photographs to be downloaded onto a flash drive. I've polished my kitchen cabinet, the glass in my cabinet to a gleaming shine. I have the only thing I haven't done is floors. I got my bike repaired, and I'm bicycling everywhere. And I too am binging everything in sight.
What's your favorite thing you've watched so far?
Well, it might be what I'm watching right now, which is John Adams. I never saw the whole the John Adams series.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Wonderful.
And we just finished Escape at Denmora, that was whimsical. That was fun. So and I finally saw both. I hadn't seen them before the Academy Awards, but I saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and The Irishman. I took a whole day to watch The Irishman because I kept having to go back and watch these, certain moments that were just so yeah. So there's been a lot of stuff, lots of stuff, and I do crossword puzzles.
That's fabulous.
That's fun.
Yes.
Ted Lage says hi. Everyone said hello to Ted. Ted, hello. And then Harrison, tell us what you're up to. How are you keeping busy?
Well, I've had a lot of free time on my hands, obviously, like everybody else. But I've been kind of just working on my own reel. I edit as a profession. So I've been taking this odd downtime to kind of compile all of my old stuff, put it together, and kind of just, work on my resume and do a lot of personal stuff for myself. So it's been good. It's been stuff that I've been kind of not putting off, but I really haven't had a lot of time in my personal side to really do that. And so it's great now that I have this, you know, abundance of time really to do it all. So a lot of housekeeping stuff.
And it's
Definitely.
been amazing for our youngest son, Grant, to have Harrison home because he's been hanging out with us this whole time, which has been like such a gift because I know he's an adult. That'll never happen again. So it's been amazing. Amazing.
Very cool. And Ted is still directing from home. Carolyn, he says you need some more light. So that's a note from Ted in our chat. Here's Chase Mangum.
Hello, everybody.
There we go. Hey,
There,
Chase.
Chase.
Here's a teen who's still in school. Do you want to tell what
Yep.
you've been up to, Chase?
It's crazy. This whole pandemic is affecting like my entire social life and school life. So it's just been nonstop, just working still, but I'm loving it. It's great.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
And it's nice having him home. This is my fun.
That's Ted, this is okay.
Oh, Carolyn would like to know if Ted thinks the lighting is now better.
Let's see what Ted has to say. I'm waiting for him in the chat. In the meanwhile, I would love to hear fun stories about on the set, or if you guys work together in different capacities. Jill, do you want to start?
Well, sure. First of all, I want to say, because Carolyn was saying that she's in front of her home computer because she needs comfort around her. So I just want her to know that since she's not here with me, I have her with me in spirits. See what I did there? I picked up spirits.
Yes,
Yeah, I
I'm
love
right there with you. Right there with you. I wish I could be right there with you.
Anytime, baby. What was the question? What are we doing now?
Ron Stanko says hi. That's my dad from Chicago. Everyone say hi to Dad. So no, I just wanted to know, and if you worked with anyone before. I know it was our first time working together. I know you've worked with Ted many years.
Yes.
Do you have any fun stories to share with us?
Well, I think the way that I found Carolyn and then begged her to be a part of our show was I did the vagina monologues with her.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, she just plowed on that stage and was so beyond incredible that I just
plowed on in the vagina monologues. I plowed.
she
Or
was
into them.
so
I don't know.
spectacular, stole the whole
Chase is
show.
18 now, right? He can hear this kind of conversation.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, you know.
16.
But I used the technical word, so I should be.
Hollywood 16 is the same as like a real world 18.
Yeah, and Harrison right now would like to go find a place to dive into and not be around. At the moment. Anyway,
Did you
Jeff,
guys do that
that's-
show? Did you do vagina monologues ever at the Acme Comedy Theater on La Brea? Was that ever a space that you guys performed at? No? Because that's how I feel like I crossed your path the most times, Carolyn, was either in the audience of shows maybe that were there, or maybe you were performing there. But I think that was the first time I became aware of you as a real world person.
And Jill and I wrote the show, and we wrote it with Carolyn. And you didn't know Carolyn at the time. When we started writing it, I had Carolyn in mind, and then Jill worked with you. And then JP was the only person that I had in mind playing the role when we were writing it. So how lucky were we to get our first choices? So that was wonderful.
Well, thank you.
And our first choice of director too, which
Yes,
was Ted.
Ted, absolutely.
I mean,
We had
Ted
some
is-
amazing producers, Terry Mariquin and Angeline
is
Troy.
amazing. Next episode, Angeline will be there.
Yes, and JP. So JP.
You and I had met through Jonathan, because Jonathan and I knew each other from Acme, right?
Yes, and
Right,
here's my husband right here, Jonathan Mangum.
Maybe
who's
that
helping produce. No, you guys did a show called Strip Mall together,
Oh, that's right. Oh
and
my
that's
God.
how I met you a long time ago. That was how originally.
You would think I was still drinking, but no, I'm not.
But, I've known Jonathan certainly forever. I mean, when the Orlando theater sports guys first moved to LA, and I started getting to play with him at Theater long ago, like
That's
94,
correct.
95 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then you guys did the Wayne
Here
Brady
for
show together.
fact-checking.
which was
the
fabulous.
Brady show, and yeah. So I've been connected to this producing family for a long time.
Yeah, you guys are all absolutely wonderful. Then Chase, I got to know him from
Oh.
living in my house, and
Yeah.
so there was nobody else for the role except for Chase Mangum.
I mean, I wish
He's the only guy.
It's you make audition, that's the thing. It's you make audition.
Oh yeah, did we make you audition, Chase?
I forget. I feel like you would have been,
You
but I'm not sure.
remember the shame. You remember the shame. Remember it.
Well, I'm just so thrilled, Leah, that we got all these amazing, incredible, talented people together.
Yes, me too.
That
And we have
That was
Susie.
there was more fun on that set. So much fun, so much laughter, so much good times off camera, and I think it just really translated on. Just the kind of the general merriment. I'll tell you something that I learned. I learned from Ted. You want to know what I learned from Ted? And
Yes.
I take it with me on every location shoot, every time I walk to a studio. Ted, you'll be happy to know that I now have coloring books filled because I look over in between takes, and what was Ted doing? Ted was concentrating by coloring in a coloring book with, like, not crayons, but pencils. And I went, I have to do that. So I now have huge bags of colored pencils and coloring books. Ted.
Isn't that awesome? He's been doing that forever. He's been, I remember going to lunch with Ted one time, this is long ago, and we were talking about his kids, and Harrison had just been born. And Ted is this amazing dad, and we were talking about how he keeps his kids entertained and disciplined and all that stuff. And he was saying, and he had his coloring books at the restaurant at the table, and his son was there, T was there coloring at the table. And I said, this is amazing that, these kids never seem bored, like they're always so well behaved. And he said, well, every time they ever tell me that they're bored, I say, people who say that they are bored are lacking imagination. So go get some.
That's wonderful. We have some questions. Susie Vittori wants to know, was this based on a true story?
Hi, Susie Vittori.
Hi, Susie. I think you might have an answer to that one, Jill.
Well, I do. So it is sort of based on a true story, which is my life, even though sometimes when I try to remember to tell the story of how it came about, you have to remind me that this is a story about my life.
She always tells me to explain the show that's about her life. So thank goodness I'm always next to you. Also, Angeline says you look fabulous. Carolyn,
Angeline,
your lighting looks absolutely wonderful. And then is this Edward O'Connor?
Yes.
Edward O'Connor says that JP Manoux was amazing in this episode.
Oh, well,
so
thank
there you go, and said he loved your work.
Thank you, Edward
I wanted to
O'Connor.
pass that along. And any last thoughts?
Well, just gosh, we're so happy that you guys are all here, and we can't wait for the next episode. And hey, if you like the post, if you like the episode, hit the like button, because at some point we'd like to do more of these. I want to work more with Carolyn, and I want to work more with JP.
Well, thank you guys. I'm curious. So we're rolling out a new episode. Is it once a week?
Yeah, every
okay.
Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is a new episode. We have 5 more episodes, and then every Thursday we'll do our talk like we're doing right now.
Awesome.
And
I can't wait to see the next
week-
one myself.
Yes, and next week, Leah, we all get to see Leah's debut with this show too. So
And Jonathan Mangum will be on the next show.
Jonathan Mangum. Wait, where's that Jonathan Mangum again?
He's right here.
It's right there. That's recognize him for television.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much, and join us next week. You never know who's going to show up. So
Thank you guys.
Love you guys. Thank you guys for participating.